Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the euro currency as usual. So yesterday, you can see market perfectly has completed setup that we have discussed in both ways actually. So to the upside it was 1370 as we suggested, maybe slightly higher. To the downside, market has dropped precisely to the 618 support, where theoretically the bottom of the right arm of the hand shoulders pattern should be formed. And currently we actually have the concern whether to take the position with this pattern or wait for something else. But in general, guys, I would say that currently on lower time frames we have nothing else. So actually, if you have some doubts on this head and shoulders, or you do not want to participate in this trading, it would be better to just skip it and see for something else. So as we said, you can see indeed the barrier of the resistance and overbought doesn't let market to proceed higher. So actually market here has hit its favorite 50% level. So slightly above the predefined target that we set. And currently, take a look, market still stands around the same overbought condition. So it will be not really easy to market to proceed higher. That's why today I think that we need to pay attention to retracement that might happen. And this also might be useful to us, since we could take the position a bit closer to invalidation point of the pattern and to minimize risk. So, speaking definitely, if you'll take a look at the full time frame chart, here's our hand and shoulders. As you can see now, it looks much better. Here we have very fast right arm. So it was partially because of the speech, as you know, of the Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen before the Congress concerning on the virus spreading in the United States and possible consequences. And this has brought some volatility here. Market has collapsed, but then shows fast recovery. Our OP target has not been reached, as we said. Now we do not need it anymore, just because we have another C point and target will be different. But with this downward action, we have two grabbers in place. The first grabber stands, this is a major one. It suggests the taking out of this top as well. And here's the minor grabber that has happened a few hours later. So also suggests upward continuation. Well, by this action, theoretically, it seems that we should take the position immediately, because we have the grabber. Theoretically, it should push price higher above this top. And, well, that might be correct. But in the current circumstances, as you remember, market stands at the overbought. And it means it could need a bit more time to abandon this condition before upward action will continue. So here, definitely we see that overall background stands bullish, but the overbought is one of the not very pleasant factors that works like the barrier for immediate position taking. Well, divergence, guys, by the way, here has worked also perfectly, because market has formed a new top here, as you can see. The target of the divergence is the top between the bottoms. So that's why, despite that we have here nicely looking rubbers, I would suggest that maybe it makes sense to wait for some pullback slightly inside of this body of this big rubber, right? So on the hourly chart, another reasons why we think so. Let's take a look what we have. Very strong collapse, right? So right from the level, stretch, by the way, that we have discussed has worked perfect on the daily chart. It's triggered 618 retracement. Recovery up from the resistance, and now take a look on the hourly chart. We have the few grabbers in the opposite direction. So this is first one, and another one has been just formed a few minutes ago. These grabbers are just taken out of these lows, while this one is taken out of these lows. So that's why I suggest that maybe it makes sense to consider at least ABCD retracement right down to the 130, 113, 113.10 area where stands the first agreement, or maybe, would I also not exclude the chance for that, it might be dropped directly to the XOP, which agrees with the 50% support I'm not have it on this chart, but you understand this fifth support level. So this is 50% of the whole upper direction, and that is favorable level for euro currency. It likes to show 50% retracements. And that's not agreement, by the way. This is agreement with the XOP is 129 area. So, 112.90 area. So, there is very small difference. So it's just 20 pips. And, of course, you could, you could decide by yourself how better to manage it, where to take position, and maybe wait for retracement or not wait for retracement. Because currently market, this moment is in general minor addition to our trading plan, just because, take a look here, as we have 1334, this is 1290, so this is really very small distance right here. And in general, you could decide where you would like to take the position, so because it makes really minor impact on the overall background, overall pattern that we're discussing. This is just minor technical detail. So, but in general, based on these factors, as I said, few grabbers that we have overbought on the daily chart, resistance on the daily chart. So it makes me think that in current situation, well, again, it's collapse here. So in current situation, it increased the chances of some retracement back to 113 area. So that's actually what we have on euro currency. Let's keep watching what will happen and how market will react on this pattern that now is forming.